Hello, everyone. Welcome to bonus audio number 4 here at Happiness from Within. I am your host, Jeanette Prado. Today's topic that we're going to be talking about is how to overcome anxiety at a soul level. And I'm going to be giving you 11 steps. And my wish is that you'll be able to take away one of these golden nuggets and be able to apply it to your life. So one of the reasons I wanted to bring up this topic is because different women that I've been coaching recently and just people that I've been talking to, this topic has been coming up a lot. There are over 70 million people in the United States alone that actually suffer with depression and anxiety. And I'm not just here to tell you, oh, you need to change your mindset and just get over it. Anxiety is a very deep-rooted thing in the subconscious. And I want to talk about this at a soul level because I really feel like this is going to bring value to a lot of people. So the first thing that I want to talk about, what exactly is anxiety? So anxiety is this feeling that you get in your body. It's like you can't even explain it. It's this, you start to get this tightening in your chest. Your breathing is shallow. And even sometimes when you start breathing, you still feel tightness in your chest. That's why I'm saying it's something that it's hard to explain. And I can definitely relate to you guys. I want to be very open and honest and vulnerable with you guys because recently, just this past month, for like the last 3 weeks, I've been going through my own personal series of anxiety and depression, having a fear of different things, having a fear of success. I've been going through things in life just like you guys, and I share that with you from a place of strength, not because I want pity. It's really because I want to empower you guys. That's why I was so inspired to do this episode. And so the first step that I want to tell you guys in regards to anxiety, because personally it's something that I've struggled with a lot in my life. And before I didn't even recognize that it was happening. And so that's actually the first step that I want to tell you guys is the first step is actually recognizing it. There's a lot of people that get anxiety and they, like I said, they don't feel their bodies. And so, a lot of times they end up going to the hospital and then going to a doctor and getting medication. By no means is this audio to replace any sort of medical treatment that you're getting. I definitely recommend for you to seek medical help. That's actually step number 2, is to go see a professional. Maybe taking medication is going to be the best thing for you. I have a young woman that I'm coaching right now, and she opened up to me about her anxiety and depression, and she's like, Jeanette, I actually do take medication. I was so against it, doing everything holistic, but she's like, it's actually really helping me. And I was telling her, I was like, that's amazing. You have to do what is best for you, not like what we're trying to do to impress other people. So that's just my message for the first 2 steps is one is to first recognize and to know that you're not alone and to seek medical help. And I just want to dive a little bit deeper into as far as recognizing anxiety. So as I had mentioned, it's something that you can't really explain sometimes. You get this tightness in your chest. You feel a sense of loneliness. You don't want to be around other people. And so if you're having any sort of these emotions or feelings, maybe that's what you're having is anxiety or some form of depression. So I just really encourage you to just actually to applaud yourself that you've recognized it. That is the first step. And second is seeking medical help. So the third step that I want to talk about is to actually talk it out. I know that sounds really funny, but when our mind is going through this anxiety, right, is to actually tell yourself, okay, I'm feeling this anxiety. What does this mean? What is one step that I can take today to overcome my anxiety? So when you start to talk it out, you start to put yourself at a different level. You go from anxiety to a little bit of hope. So that is step number 3. Step number 4 that I really want to encourage you to do is to get a journal. You can get one very inexpensive. It doesn't have to be a fancy one. Or even just some paper that you have lying around the house. Let's say you're feeling some anxiety right now as you're listening to this. Grab a piece of paper and start to write down exactly what you're feeling. This is for you. It's not to send to anyone directly. But what happens is there's something very magical about actually putting pen to paper. And what happens is this, everything's energy, right? So this energy that's going on subconsciously, it's like literally goes through the veins of your body, through your blood vessels, through your hand, and then onto the piece of paper. It's this form of like a release. So if that's something that resonates with you, I just really encourage you to start journaling what you're feeling. It's something that's personally really helped me a lot, and I want to pass that on to you guys. Number 5 is to make a commitment daily to strengthen your mind with something positive. So when we get into the state of feeling anxious and depression, is we have to realize it's not something. If it's something you've been struggling with for a long time, I'm not saying that it can't go away in a night. I mean, it may, but we have to realize it's something that we have to work on, because it's something really deep rooted in the subconscious mind. So just my encouragement for you for number 5 is just to make a commitment to yourself, even if you take a half a step, that you're going to work on this every day. And again, that might mean going to seek medical help. There are amazing professionals out there that help people with this condition. So it could be listening to positive music. It could be listening to a podcast. It could be going to socialize with people. So that way you're not so caught up in your mind. So I really hope that step brings you value. Number 6 is to pick one word to embody. So what do I mean by that? Let's say the word love resonates with you, and you tell yourself, I am going to embody love. And you tell the universe, God, whatever you believe, I want to start embodying love. Can you please show that to me? And next thing you know, you turn on the radio and you hear one of your favorite songs, and it's about loving yourself. Or you decide to just go on a walk and have some time for yourself. That's loving yourself. It could be, I want to embody abundance. Now, when we think about abundance, we think, oh, it's just about money. Definitely money is super awesome, but abundance is having abundance of life, having abundance of friends, having an abundance of energy, having an abundance of food. It can mean a lot of different things, having an abundance of health. So I just encourage you to find that one word that you want to embody for the day, or it could be a word that you want to embody until the rest of the year. Maybe start with love. I would love to hear about it. Send me a DM on Instagram, Happiness from Within, and I would actually love to help you expand on this one word. I would love to help you maybe create a paragraph or something. So anybody listening to this, the first 10 people that reach out to me, I would love to connect with you. So reach out to me, okay? So step number 7 is it connects actually with the other steps. about making a commitment. Step number 5. So is asking yourself, what does this really mean? When you start to feel anxiety, depression, is to ask yourself that question. Because when we start to ask ourselves questions, we can automatically, we're taking that half a step to reprogram our mind. I know that sounds kind of funny, but seriously, when we start to ask ourselves questions, we start to give ourselves different answers, right? We're putting out that energy into the universe. So maybe it could be, okay, what does this anxiety, what does it really mean? And then you could ask yourself, step number 8 could be, what is one step that I can take to start shifting this? And I promise you from my heart and soul that you will start to get answers. I want to give you an example. So, as you guys know, I do yoga. I had this crazy incident, crazy. So I went to the studio, and it was one of those days I had never had this happen. And it was totally my fault. Like, I was running a little bit late, and they only have like a 5-minute window, because after 5 minutes, they don't let you in, which is understandable. It's respect to the class and to the teacher. So I'm typically usually really early, right? So anyways, the class started at 5:45, and I was there at 5:47, and I asked them, can I still get in? They said, yes, you can, because there's a 5-minute grace period. And so I was rushing in there. I was coming from one place to another. And anyways, I went into the studio, and, the class was pretty full. There was literally no room. And so I quietly just left, and then I went back to the front, and I just said, there's no room in the class. Thank you very much. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was just angry at myself. And then I started getting some anxiety. I was just like, okay, you need to go for a walk. And I literally asked myself this question: what does this really mean? And I just decided to go walk. I just went walking for about 15 minutes. And I was like, what it really means is just that I need to breathe. Something so simple, right? And that I don't need to be so hard on myself, that I'm enough. So we all experience different things throughout our day from the moment we get up. And so I asked myself the next question: what is one step that I can take to start shifting this now? And I thought, well, let me look at the yoga schedule. There's definitely got to be other classes. And so I actually ended up walking back to the yoga studio now that I had a fresh mind, right? I wasn't feeling so angry. And I said, what is your guys' next class? They're like, oh, there's another class in a half an hour. I said, great, I'll take that class. And so just recognize that you're human, and that you are not your anxiety. And we're going to actually talk about that in step 11. So let's go to step number 9. Step number 9 is actually to surround yourself with positive people. So what does that mean for you? Maybe you are part of a great church group. Maybe I'm sure you have a great group of friends, or even one good friend. I recommend for you, if you feel like you don't have friends and you want to start meeting people, there is an amazing website called Meetup, meetup.com, and you can actually register on there for free. And you can actually type in, like, let's say you want to say, oh, chess club. You can actually find like a chess club in your city to meet with people, like-minded people like yourself. Or maybe you want to meet with, maybe you're interested in real estate groups, and then the name of your city. So I just really encourage you to surround yourself with positive people that have the same likes and interests as yourself. Step number 10, I want you to know that you can transform your life. I want you to know that this anxiety is not something that has to overtake you and ruin your life. I want you to know that you absolutely have the power and the potential within your life to absolutely change this sadness into happiness. And this goes to step 11. I want you to know that you are not your anxiety. Just because you have this condition doesn't mean that you're not enough or you're not good enough, because you are enough. And so let's just recap really quick, okay? So step number 1 is to recognize. 2 is to seek medical help. Number 3 is to talk it out by yourself. Number 4 is to journal. Number 5, make a commitment daily to strengthen your mind with something positive. Number 6 is to pick one word to embody. Number 7, what does this really mean? Number 8, what is one step that I can take to start shifting this? Number 9, surround yourself with positive people. Number 10, you can transform your life. And number 11, you are not your anxiety. So you guys, from my heart to yours, I just really hope that this brought you value. As you guys know, this is raw, unfiltered, coming from my heart to yours. I just really want to encourage you to follow like-minded people. If this brought you any value, I just ask if you can leave a comment on iTunes or Google Podcast or Spotify. It would really mean the world to me. It really helps to spread the message of happiness from within. You can actually follow me on social media. I am on Instagram most of the time. I am at Happiness From Within Now. And I'm your host, Jeanette Prado, and I just wish you the most beautiful day and look forward to bringing you more value. Bye for now.